Now then, here we are, me and the mutt in the beautiful Yorkshire Dales, and we're at a very special place called the Coldstone Cut, which is really just a massive piece of artwork on top of a hill, which just gives you amazing views 360 degrees and also down into the working quarry. Anyway, we are here for a stealth bivvy camp. It's not really a place you want to be coming camping. This is why I've brought the bivvy, and I'm going to rephrase it and we're just going to call it a rest, because I'm just gonna sit down there, chill out, and maybe rest my eyes later on, have a cup of tea, have some food, and that is going to be it. Anyway, you're not interested in all that. You just want to know what is in that blue bag there. Something pretty special, and I'm quite excited to show you guys, because this is going to be something that's going to help my life a lot coming into the future. So anyway, let's get unpacked and see how we get on. Well, that is catastrophic failure of my sleeping mat. Hey Blue, it is knackered. Go on then, go away. So I have got this Thermarest Xlite here, and as you can hear, it is bursting completely. And this section here has just blown up, so all these sort of layers inside, instead of being sort of compressed in one sort of line, they've blown out and popped, so it's just made like a big balloon at the end. So it's knackered, absolutely useless. So now I can't see that I'm going to be camping out here. Oh dear. Anyway, I would prefer it to happen here, where I'm fairly sort of safe and sound, rather than on a mountain somewhere where it is, or it has potential for danger. Yes, not good at all. Oh dear. Oh dear Blue. Well, as you can see, we've got a balloon on one end, and the other end is the normal mat with the lines still attached. So each one of these attaches to the other side, and at this point all these have just popped off, and that's what that banging sound was. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I love Thermarest stuff, but this has completely, epically failed. So anyway, I will be getting in touch with them, and hopefully they'll sort me out with something better. That's all I can say, because that is not good enough. It really isn't, because that can be a matter of life and death if you're on a mountain. Anyway, at least I've got something to hug, and the main point is we need to find out what is in that blue bag. So let's get this started. Firstly, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'm going to use that as a backrest. Oh yeah, there we go. I've invented something there. Let's get some lights on. So I brought this Ecoflow here, which is the River 2. I'll turn this on. We've got 100% battery. I'm going to flick this switch on. You ready? Are you excited? Oh, look at that. We have light. That is just fantastic. Out in the middle of nowhere with a beautiful set of fairy lights and the comfiest seat ever. Awesome, absolutely awesome. Ah, from sadness to absolute elation in the flick of a switch. Awesome that, absolutely awesome. Tell you what, let's sit on that bit. Ah, there we go. Not bad, eh, Blue? Not bad at all. So let's have a chat about what I've been on with recently, because I've not been out on adventures like I normally would, and I've not posted as many videos as I normally would, and there is a very good exciting reason because of that. And that is because I am trying to make a better future for my YouTube channel and make the videos better by expanding and spreading my wings just that little bit further. So currently I get out and I'll go and do a couple of adventures, and I drive to the Lake District and to Scotland and other places, as you already know. But I want to get further afield and have the ability to be able to be self-sufficient for that. So currently in my Overlander, being my Discovery, I can obviously get to all these different places, but I just feel a bit cramped in it, that's all, especially with a dog. My Discovery is pretty awesome, I've got to say, and it has done me well. I usually have the roof tent on it, so it's allowed me to do some pretty cool expeditions, travelling around Europe and just getting to places that you wouldn't normally be able to get to, just the fact that it's four-wheel drive. So I love that, and I've had so many amazing memories regarding that vehicle. But it is time to move on. It's costing me too much in fuel, which I can't really afford, and if I want to travel further afield, I would prefer something that is a bit more energy efficient and that suits what I'm doing that little bit more. So I've done loads of research over the last sort of month or so and worked out the vehicle which is going to suit me best. And obviously I need to be able to afford this vehicle as well, because it's just really what I sell my Discovery for is what's going to finance buying my new vehicle. So what do I need from my new vehicle? Well, it has to be more fuel efficient. It has to be able to sleep me and the dog comfortably. It has to fit a bike in it. It has to fit my kayak on top. It has to fit all my gear in for my adventures. What else? I need to use it as a space to recharge all my batteries and keep my life sustainable while I'm in it for the YouTube game. So I just need to be able to charge everything up, all my drone, GoPro, head torches, lights, all that sort of thing. I also need it to be some sort of office, I guess, where I can sit down on the wet horrible days whilst I'm out traveling around and edit videos, do all my social media things and keep in touch with people. So that is pretty much it. So the vehicle that suits my life the best is the Volkswagen Caddy Maxi. Now the problem with these is they are quite desirable, so therefore the price is always pretty high. So I've been researching for the last sort of month or so and looking around to see if I can find one that is affordable for me, and I found myself a bargain. So I snapped it up and I have it at home, which I am already doing work on to convert it into a camper. Well excited. Honestly, I've been wanting to do this for the last 15 years of my life, buy a van and convert it into a camper so I can go off and do some cool traveling. So this is going to help my life massively because I'm going to be able to get further afield and make better videos for YouTube. So stick around for that. So like, subscribe and do the bell notification thing just so you're going to get notified when I put up new videos, because the content that I'm going to make is going to raise that bar even further. And my bar's already pretty high, but there's always room for improvement. So this is one way that's hopefully going to help me do that. Anyway, this brings me to tell you what is in the blue bag. I'm hoping this is going to help me in my quest for adventure further afield around the world and be able to just provide me with a bit of an office and a means of entertainment whilst I'm out and about. So without further ado, let's get this out. Well, I've just got myself into my sleeping bag to keep my legs warm, and I'm sat on this newly designed chair which is super comfortable, I've got to say. Anyway, let's have a look at this. This is the exciting bit. It might not actually be that exciting for you guys. I'm just a bit behind the times, that's all. So here we have a computer monitor, which might not be too exciting for a lot of you guys because you probably work in offices. I've never worked in an office. I did 2 weeks when I was 14 for work experience at school in an accountant's, because I always wanted to be an accountant because I'm very good at maths. And after that 2 weeks, I said to myself, I will never work in an office again. And I never have done, and I never will. Anyway, for me, getting a computer monitor is a little bit weird. But the good thing about this one is it links to my phone, so it actually can link with Bluetooth for having the internet. And on the actual monitor itself, it's got some apps built in, which just allows me to use it as a TV when I'm out and about, especially because obviously it will use the internet off my phone, I hope. So this is going to be the test on top of a big hill to see if we can actually get this to work now out here to watch a film. So the way I'm going to power this is what's powering the lights around me. I've just pulled that out, and that is using the Ecoflow River 2. Now this thing is pretty damn awesome because it's small, it's got a really decent handle on it, as you can see there, which just allows you to pick it up and carry it around wherever you want. I just sling this in my car, and I've already used it for pumping my tyre up, which keeps going down. It's really annoying. Just using the 12 volt port for that. It's also got different ports for charging. We've got USB A ports ×2, and it's also got a USB-C port, so you can just charge anything you need with that. And the best thing about it is we've got a mains plug. As you can see, I've put a double plug adapter in there because I've got two things that I need to power now. One being these beautiful fairy lights, and the other being this computer screen. On the back we have the mains charging, if you can see that, and it will charge in less than an hour, which is fantastic, to fully charged. And then we've also got a port there which will actually allow you to charge from a solar panel. So if you're just out and about with a solar panel, you can just plug that in and it'll just top it up as and when you need to. So let's turn on the screen, a click of the button, and there we have a load of numbers. So let's explain. So firstly, and most importantly, we have got a percentage of the capacity of the battery that is left, currently on 94%. We've also got an hour rating in the way that it will tell you how many hours with the current output it will last for. So it's saying 14 hours here because we've pretty much got no output. We've only got these lights on. I'm going to plug this screen in a minute, so obviously that's going to change because that's going to draw a lot more power. I think the screen only has about 20 watts output, so it's actually not much either. But obviously it will reduce that hour rating down. We've got an input rating in watts and an output in watts, so it will just tell you exactly what's going in and what's going out. So say you've got the solar charger on, it might be coming in at 80 watts input, and your output of the TV might be 20 watts. So it will be generating, it'll be filling the battery capacity up whilst you're still doing things. So it's quite nice to know, is that? Anyway, let's get this plugged in and we will see how and if this is possible to watch a movie on a mountain. I am well excited about this. So I'm ready to plug into the River 2. This is a 240 volt plug, as you'd expect. You can get 12 volt TVs, which might be able to go into your camper van or something along those lines, but they're not quite as capable as what this one is. So anyway, let's plug this in and we'll see if she'll spark up. Let's hope so. So I'll just pop that into the plug socket. And I've got a controller here for the monitor, so I'll just click this on, let her warm up for a second. Oh, come on. This is the exciting bit, seeing if it'll work up here. Awesome. So there we go, the home screen. We have got Netflix, Prime Video, iPlayer, ITVX, Disney Plus, for whatever, Apple TV, YouTube. That's the thing I mainly need it for. Anyway, we are on. Well, I've just lit a fire out in the wilderness just to sit by and keep myself warm. Honestly, I didn't know I could do that. That is just absolutely brilliant. Anyway, normally this will connect to the internet just automatically when you're at home onto your Wi-Fi. Tonight I've had to mess about just to get it to connect to my phone, but as you can see we have hotspotted off my phone. So now if I click the home button, still got the fire going, but hopefully we can, let's go on to Prime. And then let's see if it actually all works. I'm a subscriber or whatever. I pay for the Amazon Prime. So let's click on this and see if it works. So there we go, we are on. I have been watching recently The Rig. Let's see if it plays. Bearing in mind, I have got only 2 bars of 4G, so it might take a little bit just to get going.
I think we need to keep the focus.
There we are watching the TV. Just brilliant. Right, let's click out of this. So the next thing, I'll go back, we'll see if we can watch YouTube. So we'll click along. And there we are, my YouTube page is there. So I've been watching things on, well, the weather, van conversions. What else is there? Some news. DIY camper van. Let's watch that for a second. Let's just check you're still watching. Always watch the adverts because all the people on YouTube get paid that little bit more. So make sure you watch the adverts.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video on
This is pretty much my vehicle. A battered old van which needs a lot of TLC to turn it into something worthwhile.
It's going to be a work van and a camper.
I'll just turn this volume down. The annoying thing about this is it doesn't actually have a mute button, but anyway, look where we are. We're in the middle of nowhere watching YouTube, powered by Ecoflow, and obviously just using my phone to hotspot off. And the good thing about this is I've got an unlimited data plan, so I can pretty much transport this with me anywhere and watch TV anywhere. I mean, that is just absolutely awesome to me. So this is going to go into my van as my office. So obviously it's going to give me some entertainment. I'll be able to do a bit of research on YouTube, watch some of the other YouTubers that I enjoy watching, and also the good thing about it is when it comes to editing my videos, let's just see if I can get this to work. You can mirror this, so it's simple to do. Let's mirror my screen onto there. So there we go, mirroring the Samsung M5. So we'll click that off. Let's just get rid of that. Bring that out of the way. There's my screen. I can click through. We can go onto my Instagram. We'll have a look on there. There we go. There's everything there that's coming on my phone. You can just scroll very easily and it's onto there. Absolutely brilliant. So in my van, this is going to be my office. I'm going to use this to edit my videos on, and I use LumaFusions to edit videos, so let's click on that. So there we go. This is probably the last video that I edited on my phone, because I did my first probably 20 videos on this. It is a tiny little screen to work on, so it's actually a little bit awkward, so I upgraded to an iPad. So I will use the iPad in exactly the same way, mirror onto the screen, and I think if I turn this phone sideways, then that'll go sideways as well. So I will have it on, whoa, I'll have it on the big screen, and then I'll use the iPad itself as the controller. That video there is the one of me and my dad camping out in the woods, and my dad is 81 years old. It's an absolute must watch. If you've not seen it already, please go into my back catalogue and find that video, and I guarantee you will get some inspiration from it. He is a complete legend. Just sort of giving a little bit of an understanding of how my dad lives his life and just how fit he is. Honestly, he's incredible. Anyway, let's flip this off. We'll get back to the TV. And what shall we watch? Let's have a look on YouTube and see what is going on. adverts. You have to watch the adverts though, because the people who make the videos get paid more if you watch the adverts to the end. That's my self-indulgent tip. I've got to watch this one anyway. So there we go, that is my magic setup. I honestly cannot wait to get this situated into my van and get myself out on that first adventure. It is my way of raising the bar and making my videos even better, just because I'm going to get to some absolutely amazing places, hopefully all the way throughout Europe and beyond. Who knows where it will take me. The screen itself is about 200 quid. I'll put a link in the description to that. And the Ecoflow River 2 is £269, I think it retails at in the UK. And I will also put a link in the description to that, because that is just a brilliant one just to shove in the car and use for situations like this. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. I won't be putting a link in the description for this because it has been a massive failure for the evening. It's not ruined the evening, it's just meaning that I'm going to have to change my plans, that's all. But to be fair to Thermarest, if you have a problem with anything and you send it back, then they will replace it. So hopefully I'll have a nice new one in the post soon. Even though the Ecoflow power station is telling me I've got 5 hours of watch time still available on this screen, we are going to get ourselves packed up and go find somewhere a little bit more comfortable to sleep for the evening. What do you say, Bluey, eh? You're a good lad, aren't you? And then in the morning, I am going to take you for breakfast somewhere really lovely called Toft Gate Barn. Definitely worth dropping in if you are passing in this area. So, I will see you there. Morning, flowers. Here we are then at the Toft Gate Barn, ready for a lovely breakfast. It is just a stone's throw away from the Coldstone Cut, which is just situated on top of the hill there. And hopefully they have got a fire on just to keep me warm, because the weather has made a turn for the worst. You can just see down in the valley, a bit of sunshine trying to get through, but there is a bit of rain spotting as well. So anyway, let's get in there and get some nice breakfast. That's what I'm after, the fire. Now then, can I have a full breakfast, please?
Yeah.
And it is actually red hot in here now that fire's on.
Roasted, isn't it?
So I'm going to take that off. Honestly, you could grow up tomatoes in here. Let's have a coffee. I'll have a cappuccino, please. No, actually, make it a latte.
A latte, yes.
Look at that. Living the dream, this. Living the dream. Where do you start? Hash brown and beans. Well, that was absolutely spot on. Perfect breakfast, lovely coffee, sat by a fire and taking in the view over Nidderdale. Definitely a nice place to come and visit, and I needed that after last night because yeah, it was a little bit of a funny one. I still had a lovely time, but obviously I had a bit of a failure and couldn't actually camp out. So it's pretty much the first time I've ever failed with a camp. So for Thermarest, we're going to give it a thumbs down, and for Ecoflow and my office setup using that Samsung monitor, that is a big fat thumbs up, because that is just going to be absolutely awesome for me. There will be links in the description, so definitely check those out. And also, what else? Well, you can join me on my Instagram page if you'd like, and you can also join the Patreon and buy me a coffee in the buy me a coffee link, all in the description down there, I think. Anyway, it has been a complete pleasure. Lovely to get out still and just take in the beautiful outdoors and some of these fantastic places which the UK has to offer. So definitely worth taking a visit when you are up this way. Anyway, from me and the beautiful Blue, who's chilling out in the car, we'll see you another time. Take care.